Okay, welcome everybody to a new Let's Play. As you can see here, I'm about to play Banished, another real-time town-building strategy game. Again, I quite enjoyed, although I couldn't quite record it on my old computer because it just wouldn't manage to record while I'm playing. The frame rate was pretty low, so it wasn't a good thing. However, this should do better. It's a brand new save game, basically. So everything is... there are no achievements, nothing complete. I didn't play the tutorials, and I won't play them for now. Simply because I'm still somewhat aware of the basics. There's a lot of stuff we can do here. Not going through all of those. But we'll see how many we can get. I'm somewhat confident in my abilities in this game, so I'm going with with hard starting conditions. So we'll start with 4 families, small amounts of clothing, food, firewood, tools, and no seeds. The medium is a bit more generous. You will also start with a storage barn, and easy is, well, fairly easy. You get more people, you have a large amount of clothing, stuff, tools, homes and a storage area and all that stuff. And you also start with some livestock and seeds and stuff. So that is too easy for me. I want to start with 4 families. And almost nothing else. We will live in... I don't know if that actually makes a difference, so we'll take a fair climate. I'm a bit afraid of touching that because I once started in a harsh climate, although it seems to be mostly optical changes. But I once started in a harsh climate and had a tornado killing off my entire town within 5 minutes of gameplay. So that was a bit silly. We'll take a random seed. I mean, I could actually take map seed number 12, but that's just silly now. However, we need a name for our little town. How do I want to name it? Ringo? No. No. Andy? No. Ooh, how do I want to name my town? I'm a bit at a loss here. I'm bad at naming things, so I'm gonna click through here until I find something that I want to use. What was my dwarf fortress named? I forgot how. Town name and no. Holbroom, Dauphin, Tingborough, Lintonville, Dunwoodford. I want something that you can pronounce. Argoniarim. That sounds a bit too Skyrim-y. Oh, Condent. No. No. I also don't want to go for the immature options here, so... Okay, it seems to like the name Urikwood. In fact, let's go with that. Let's bring some Dwarf Fortress vibe in here. Let's call it Uristville, in honor of Urist, the first dwarf and the most industrious of them all. I want a medium or a large terrain, why not? I want valleys, yeah, I want valleys. Fair climate, we'll play with disasters, and we will probably eat quite a lot of those. And I think that's it. Let's dive right into the game. I haven't played it in a while. Trying to avoid looking like that for a long time. This is a town that was hit by a fire or other disaster. quite unpleasant, especially if you manage to. I think that was a town hall. If those get burnt down or destroyed, it's quite a loss because town halls actually do have quite an impact in the game. Also, I hope the audio levels are balanced well. I've done quite a lot of testing because this game is an arse to recording software. I think it works with Fraps, but I don't have Fraps on this computer. I was too lazy to install it. And OBS is fine, but I had to do some tweaking to get it to record. So I'll see how that video turns out. I did some tests, but I can't promise anything, so I'll record one episode and then I'll see how it went. Okay, you see what we're currently doing here. We're Banished. We already had that. So yeah, in Banished you are pretty much 4 banished families who are tossed in a rather indistinct time period, just out into the woods. So we will find ourselves there shortly. It can only be a matter of minutes. It shouldn't take that long next time. However, I wanted it to be part of the game creation, and I don't feel like cutting out video footage here. Okay, come on. The maps will always have some features in common. We will always have a river, and we'll also always have some natural resources and some deer and a lot of forest. Okay, come on. Waiting for glaciers to recede. I don't know if that is necessary. I think the last ice age was that mini ice age in the 1800s, if memory serves. It was a very small one. It wasn't a proper ice age with large glaciers covering most of Earth, but it was a small one. Although I think some people are not agreeing with that. Some people, I don't know if everybody considers it a proper ice age or not. It was just a cold period. The data show that it was quite cold and yeah. It's kind of impressive what you can dig out. Also, we're waiting a lot. Okay, now, there we go. So, we'll start with pausing the game and scrolling out. Just look at the map here. Okay, how do you... Okay, I scroll by doing that. I'm running the game in windowed mode because OBS didn't like me to do it in full screen. I only got a black frame there, so I hope this didn't show in the video. Stop doing that, Windows. Okay, I have to get used to that. So, this is the river. I think we also have to shut down my start menu here. Okay, tools and reports. I want the map. For now, it's quite useful in scrolling around. Okay, let's start with a few lakes. Those are not necessary. We won't bother with those too much. There is always a river that cuts through the map, so it pretty much halves the map. We are here, that's good to know. I'll use the map for scrolling. I'll put it right over here. I also want this, and that. Okay, we'll tack that here, that there, and this here. Those windows are important. I'll go over that quickly. The event log lists everything that happens in our little town. So every death, every birth, every education, and also the catastrophes. Professions is a very useful tool as it allows you to reassign people. Laborers are just general workers. They clear areas. Can I scroll with yeah, I can. That's convenient. Laborers do everything. They chop down trees, they gather resources, they take resources to building sites, and so on. Builders are quite straightforward, and the rest is as well. farmers grow things, herdsmen maintain animals. You also have a tooltip for that. Yeah. I think that's mostly straightforward. So I won't explain all those professions, although maybe we should look at vendor and trader. Traders are supposed to trade at the trading post, which is something that will be of quite some significance later on. Not now though, because we kinda don't need them. We don't have stuff to trade away. Trading is quite interesting here. Vendors are just going to distribute goods at the marketplace. Note that there is no money here, so we don't have that. Also, can I hope this won't get in the way of my taskbar, which is currently selfishly obstructing a lot. Also, again, I hope the sound is turning on alright. I did put in quite a lot of testings to make sure everything sounds alright, and to make sure I can keep the audio in, because I really like that sound. It's nice. Okay, well, the game is paused because the first step is looking for a suitable place to build. We start here with in this little clearing, but we don't stay here for very long. My first steps are probably going to be building a bit over in this direction, and then I will build something over here. We'll look for that first. So what I want here is a bit of a valley. Let's actually find a building here, not town services for production. I want the gatherer's hut. Okay. I'm looking for a village, for a valley that can fit most of that circle. Like this would be a great place. However, it should have a bit more forest. So this might be even better. This would be okay. That is the place I want to go to, I suppose. Where are we now? We are very far north. Maybe that is not quite the place I want to go to. The thing is, I want to hit a bit of a valley, or a bit of a part of the edge of the map, because I don't want to I don't want to build more roads and stuff through it than necessary. The reason being, the gatherer's hut lives from the forest, so you need to have a lot of trees, and you need to let them stand for a while. So what I usually have is like a pocket of forest here, and in that I have a hunter, I have an herbalist, I have a forester and a gatherer's hut, who will all live off those resources the forest provides. Okay, but first it'll take a while to get there, so first we will do something else. I might also put it in here. No, that's going to be... that's a bit too tight. Also, we might need that to cross the river here, so I suppose down here is actually the best idea. Okay. First things first. In order to get down there, we will need to do some things. Namely, we need to get some resources, and we need to sort out a few other things. We need a lot of food supplies. You will also note that something was grayed out down here. Tools and... oops, no, resume. Tools and reports. This is grayed out because we don't have a town hall just yet. Also, we're having a lot of useful tools here, not jobs. We have production limits, we don't need that yet. We won't hit those limits for a very long time. But you can use that in order to, for example, prevent things from overflowing your stockpiles, although you really can't have enough food. Paths are useful as well, and never use that tool. The town, or these towns are pretty good at optimizing themselves, so citizens will trade jobs and will trade places in order to have a shorter way to work. Which is all nice because it cuts down the micromanagement a lot. You also have this handy tool, which is something I am dearly missing in many other games, including Towns, and I think you have it in Dwarf Fortress, which basically puts that task or puts the work in a given area to the top priority, which means this will be done right away and everything else has to wait. Instead of that, tasks will generally be done in chronological order, so sorry about that. So it's pretty much first in, first out. The first tasks will be dealt with first. Okay, so something else you might note here is that we don't have any military buildings. That is because there is no danger of invasions or monsters or whatever. Our worst enemy is Mother Nature, who will throw climate at us, so we have to stave off the cold and starvation and all that stuff. Diseases, disasters, natural disasters like tornadoes, crop diseases, livestock diseases, all that stuff. But there won't be any invasions. We won't have to deal with robbers. We won't have to deal with criminals. Nothing like that. So the town is a rather orderly place, and considering we don't have any money, I suppose we are some sort of a communist society, which is fine. I like communists. We can also harvest and destroy things here. Note that we have this tool here to remove everything. Those are iron blocks, this is stone, and those are apparently trees. If I use this tool, I will just clear the area. If I use this, I will only clear the trees, only clear stones, and only remove iron. I can also remove roads, although I don't have any of those yet. Okay, first step is to assign 2 people as workers, as builders, and the rest will remain laborers for now. This will change very soon. I tend to change that around very often in the early game, so that's why I'm keeping that that open. And this is useful to see where things are, or things that are in need of, or that demand your attention. And this is just useful to see your overall stocks. You see we have 1,200 food, we have a bit of firewood, no logs, no stone, no iron, a few tools, a few clothes, and no booze, and no medicine. So that's something. Also we have the date, and the number of adults, students and children. Also the temperature, which is I think in Fahrenheit, which I will change that between episodes, although I think I can do that here. Let me just fix that, because I want Celsius temperatures, thank you. Okay, resume. That's better, I can work with those. Okay. Also those, there are other symbols here. Those are homeless people, I can cycle through those. There are also symbols for freezing people, for hungry people, and I think for sick people as well. Right now we only have homeless people, because we don't have any homes. And in order to change that, we will build something next time. Let's see you all then. Bye!